Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to control Zeugles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zeugles, then we get some answers. Aim for the weak spot! Double Demon Fang!
Far enough!
Let them march in the wind!
Another incantation ruined.
Water, hear my call! Away! Where are you going?
Double Demon Fang!
Take this! In a vine?
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm! Not today!
Tempest engulfs you!
Double Demon Fang!
Dance in the wind!
I'm not done! You're finished!
Radiant now we'll
Double Demon Fang!
no further!
Here, let
Dragon
me help.
Swarm! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Double Demon Fang! Oh!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here's a healing arc!
I'll
Double
face
Demon
you!
Fang!
First
You're
aid,
mine!
raging
Eternal Devastation!
Grind you into dust!
Again! Eternal Devastation! Double Demon Fang!
Confiscated!
I'm not done!
That move!
Dragon Swarm! Here comes the big one!
Nothing gets by me!
Lightning condemned!
Eagle Ray won't save you!
Illuminate Order! Holy Glimmer!
Can you take it? No further!
A wailing Dancy of
Sorry to trouble.
Double Demon Fang!
I'll heal you all! That'll bring you down!
Shine! Radiant
Double
light!
Demon Fang!
Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Generate onward!
Eternal Devastation!
Sleep now!
Here I come!
The tempest engulfs you!
Get this!
No further!
I didn't think you had it in you.
Hogan, there'll be time to congratulate you later.
Nothing much I can say to that.
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation!
I'm not done!
Here's a
They
healing arc!
smite with blackened blade!
Thanks so much!
Anything in armor is all mine! Execution!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out! Not on my watch! I can handle it! Hear my call!
Crescent flash!
Blood! Glacial Steel! Lightning
Can't
Horn!
get out of this!
Raging Cascade!
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Blast!
Try harder!
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Take this!
Hard Blast! Arctic Waterfall!
I'm ready! Remember!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Now it's just her! Faria! Can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on. What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back. A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Course. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA, Alphen.
They've re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only Sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? All?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then...
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. And Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than...
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. But it's strange.
If that were to happen, then...
Yeah.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way...
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you...
Thank you, everyone.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control.
Is this another memory?
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. All in the name of a ceremony. A sovereign. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power.
Linked to Lenegis itself?
But that power showed me a vision. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash. But without a Maiden, the ceremony was doomed. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the Maiden, I tried to seal that power, but it was too late. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, that at least would hold the astral energy dormant. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power. That's what I hoped. But, alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. Even if by doing so... Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too.
Wait, you can't just... Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or...
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion.
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma. And we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but... I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance.
No, it isn't!
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you.
Starting with a little game called Hunt.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now it's...
Yeah!
I too shall lend my services.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Xion. Now let's get moving, shall we? Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power. She stopped my rampage. But then, that power she'd sealed away... I'm so sorry,
You're wrong. What happened to you? You paid a heavy price for it. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things, I always wished I could experience them. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end?
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or death. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things.
Yeah, it's such a... I know, and it's for...
You're worth fighting.
I believe you.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. Until our future.
That's quite some door, all right. This might...
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here?
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but... are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. Double Demon Fang!
Shield from calamity.
Hear me! Flame of fury!
I owe you one. Strike!
Glacial Spear. Here's evil.
Try harder!
Freeze!
Double Demon!
A chain between
Double
heaven and
Demon
earth.
Fang! My reach is even wider.
Frenzy of lightning! Radiant pierce! Divine!
Armor won't save you!
Crush!
Elusive Seed!
Fury flame!
Clear charges to me!
Fury flame! Reload!
Double Demon Fang!
Negative escape!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Here's evil!
This one's all mine!
Glacial Spear.
Not today!
Raging cascade!
Double Demon Fang! You're mine!
Confiscated!
Double Demon Fang!
Clean Mega Ray!
Dragon Swarm!
Water astral energy! Chromacle field! Illuminate the dark! Mega Ray!
Double Demon Fang!
That'll bring you down!
Crush! No
A
further!
wailing Fiancé of lightning!
It's over! Double Demon!
I'm going to begin!
Double Demon Fang! Here I come! You may be strong, but I'll never back down! Eat dirt!
Elusive Seed! Begin!
together.
Now you see what I can do!
Radiant love! Stand between heaven and earth! A wailing
Eternal
Fiancé of
devastation!
lightning!
Crush!
Dragon form!
This!
Execution! Gun!
Can't get out of this!
Dragon form!
Benediction.
Burn! Heal! Double demon!
Let me free you of your power.
Dispel!
Thanks so much.
Time to let it rip!
Better. Ready?
If it's in the sky, it's
Dragon
mine!
form!
Force of regeneration!
Tempest Swirl!
Regenerate!
Celestial Hammer!
Take this! I'll smash you!
Resonate with the earth!
Double demon fang!
I'll heal you all! Healing Circle!
You're mine!
Illuminate the
Can't get out of
Dragon
this!
form!
Holy Quiver! Back
I'm not done!
Holy Lamp!
Double demon fang! Eternal devastation!
Elusive deity!
Flame inside! Cure to be let free! Dragon form! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean... Boron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphys!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.